different for the next 10 minutes, and that's about your biggest asset, which is your people. So technology is only as good as the people driving the machine. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about that because a lot of firms focus too much on technology and they don't actually implement it. And I spoke to a good friend, I know Daniel was here before, Ron from BGL said to me, I asked him a question about 6 months ago, I said, Ron, how much of the technology that you actually roll out, every fortnight you're bringing out enhancements, how much of your technology is actually being used? And he said most firms only use about 30% of the features. And I asked the question to you, why don't you roll out this technology that is amazing and use it? We have 250 bookkeepers in our business. We've got 1,300 staff, 250 bookkeepers. 20% of them are using technology. Most of them are using ReceiptBank, our friends at ReceiptBank. But the rest of them, 80% of our clients are still getting people to data enter. Now why? We've got access to this. ReceiptBank's been around a long time. A lot of the technology we use is around for a long time, but why don't we implement it? And that's a question I'll pose to you over the next few days is, there's 75 vendors that you're going to go and see some unbelievable technology. You've already heard some new stuff today, Expert and a few new ones that I've never heard of. It's great technology, but if you don't implement it, don't expect anything to change. And at the end of the day, you need people to implement. And that's where people are your biggest asset. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. People want to work with high achievers. And this is something I'm going to talk about, and I'll end on this slide after this. People want to work with winners. People want to work with people that are achieving. If you look at your business like a sport, no sporting team goes out to lose a final. No team goes out to lose a match. But yet, how many of us never focus on our people? How many of you can honestly say that you spend at least 10% of your time every week on your people within your businesses? So there's, what, a couple of hands? Your people are giving the service to your clients. They're the ones that are driving the technology. But yet we don't spend the time and invest the time to make them successful. A mentor of mine many years ago said, Nick, you need to be the dumbest person in the room. And he looked at me and he said, it's not hard because of you. But the reality is you need to surround yourself with incredibly intelligent people because you need to lift the average. Our CEO says to us, every time we hire someone, and we're hiring 50 to 100 people every month, we need to hire someone smarter than the last person we hired. Now I ask you the question, and this is, how many of your team are not high performers and how many of them are dragging the rest of your team down? When did you last see a professional sporting team drop someone because they weren't performing a couple of weeks in a row? Yet in business, we keep people, we keep employing them, we don't talk to them about performance, we don't find out what their problems are. 95% of problems that we find are actually people's personal life, not their business performance, but yet we don't have the conversations with them. When did you last fire someone? I ask this question all the time. I had someone, actually when I was speaking at John Peterson, who's floating around somewhere today, I spoke at his event last year, and I had someone come up to me and say, Nick, all of my staff have been with me for 10 years. They're all brilliant people, they're all fantastic, they're all loyal, they're great performers. And I said to him, I said, so if you were to start a new business tomorrow, and I asked this question, if you were to start a new business tomorrow, would you enthusiastically rehire every single person you currently employ? So think about that for a minute. If you were to start again tomorrow, would you rehire every single person that works for you right now? He came up to me during that, and I asked him this question in front of about 100 people. He said, I definitely would, they're all brilliant. And he walked up at the end, he said, you know what, Nick, I'd fire the whole bloody lot. They're all friggin' useless. They're not even generating 1.5 times revenue. And I said to him that the reality is it's probably his fault that they're not, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But people don't fire people because it's too hard to do. None of us like to do it. But yet when you move people on, it does something for your team. It shows your team that you want a high-performing team. I had one of our clients after our most recent roadshow rang me and said, Nick, I got so inspired by what you spoke about managing people that I fired 2 of my team. And I said, oh, well, that's not what I was aiming to do. I didn't want to inspire you to do that. I wanted to help you grow your team. And she said, Nick, the one thing that really amazed me was the other 10 team members, when I told them that we had moved these 2 team members on for these reasons, turned around and said, it's about time you got rid of them. We've been waiting for you to do it for 12 months. And 3 of us were about to leave because you weren't going to. So how many team members do you have that you shouldn't have that you won't move on because you're too scared to move them on? The last point I'm going to talk about is technology. A lot of businesses set up their team members to fail. How many of you are generating at least 3 times revenue out of every professional accountant that you have in your business? Now, a lot of the time people won't put their hands up, they're too scared, or everyone will put their hand up and say, I'm generating 3 times revenue from all of my accountants. The reality is most firms aren't, if you look at any of the reports. And the reason being a lot of the time is that you've got the wrong people using the wrong technology, or you don't have technology, and you're giving them the wrong tools. Imagine giving a soccer team a flat soccer ball to play in a grand final. You just wouldn't do it. But yet many accounting firms expect their team members to generate more when they're giving them the wrong technology or no technology. Well, they've got the wrong people doing the technology. So one thing that I'm going to leave with you is that your people are the most critical part of your business. They're the ones that are going to deal with your clients. They're the ones that are going to drive the technology. They're the ones that are going to give you work-life balance at some point. So focus on them, but give them the right tools. There is 75 app partners, a good number of them here today. Go and talk to them, learn how to use them. And the one thing I'll advise you is just take the time to implement it. It's not going to help you now. It's not going to get your billables out today. It's not going to help invoicing today. But it's going to help you in 12 months' time by implementing this technology. There's no point going to these events if you don't implement. So thank you for letting me ramble for 10 minutes. I know that I got 5 minutes more than Andrew from the team at BGL. What, Andrew? I'm looking straight at you. But people are your biggest asset. Invest in them and they'll invest in your business for you. So thank you for your time.